Maybe people won't show up. I'm not sure. I'll give it a minute to see if anybody shows up. I know I kind of like make these lives and then take off, but it's only because I don't want to like get into reading the chat and then be on for more than I want to be. But I don't mind being on for a few minutes if there's actually people that want to say something and say hello or whatever. But if not, then I'll just say what I have to and push off. I don't have many subs, so I know that there are some people that are, I think Pizarro's live right now, and I'm not trying to step on any toes, but I got some shit to say. I got to get off my head. I got to get off my back because, a lot of you have known that like binary code for last year and well, it was for some of this year, had really kind of been like my homeroom, call it. Like that was just my main place. It's where I always was usually. Because of my work schedule a little bit, it's changed a bit, but I have been in there. I'm just not always able to talk as much as I did last year. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. But I feel like, okay, so I'm going to say what I need to say. And it's I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm just going to say what I need to say. And some people are going to like it. Some people aren't. I don't want to give away my profession, but I have said before that I have a degree in psychology, and I tend to analyze folks. What's good, Drip? Thanks for coming in. I tend to like psychoanalyze folks a little bit too much. It pisses my family off. I've had this conversation so many times about stop treating me like I'm not trying to like talk to anybody any certain kind of way, like I'm in therapy or anything, but if I learned a certain thing or two, I can't just shut it off. I wish that I could. I can't just shut it off. And I try to like say things that might not be so clinical, but it's just not me. It's just not who I am. So I'll say that, and then I'll back it up by saying I came into not just YouTube, but social media. I actually didn't come to YouTube first. I came to this app called Periscope. I don't know if you guys remember Periscope. I think it was what Twitter had put out. It was like Twitter's version of like Messenger, but also YouTube. And Periscope was chill because like everybody was live. It was a live platform. And back then, YouTube was like make a video and leave because the live features weren't as good as they are now. StreamYards didn't really exist, and you could go live at a thing called Google Meets or Google Hangout or something. Oh, it was Hangout, Google Hangout. They don't have that shit anymore. So I came here because I was recovering from the loss of my mom. I had taken care of her when she had cancer, and when she passed, I was just broken. Even though I knew it was coming, thank God I knew that what her wishes were for her afterlife care and stuff like that. So all of that was set, but still I was traumatized by it, right? And the thing about trauma is we don't really know when we're going through it. We don't really know that we're going through it. It's not until later when we know that it's safe do we start like decompressing and realizing, oh shit, what I just went through is really fucked up and I might have to, like I might need to recover from that. I found Periscope and I found YouTube. And I fucking loved it. I didn't get into like the back and forth stuff on YouTube just yet. I told you all I found Boit first, and Boit was really a bunch of preppers, but it was tranny preppers. It was a bunch of trans people, older trans people, but they were prepping, and I thought it was so fucking cool. I'd never seen such a community like that. And of course, I knew who T.S. Madison was, and my mom and I used to love T.S. Madison. We used to watch all the time. We'd watch Queen's Court all the time, and that was really my bonding, and that's really how Miss Mary and I started talking. So Miss Mary knew that my mom was sick, and she was a real good support when she passed, and she still talks to me and checks on me today. Matter of fact, when I wished her happy birthday, she asked me how I was doing, and I really appreciate that. So let's fast forward to now. I know that there are a lot of people here with the same kind of thing. There are a lot of broken people here. There are a lot of people here who are just stuck on survive, and they're just trying to not deal with traumas, and they're just feeling out. They're here to have fun. Some people are here to cause chaos, and that's fun to them. And the melting pot is cool because no matter why we're here, there's always something going on, right? With all that said, hey Angel, I don't think I know you, but welcome. With all that said, we all have our stories. We all have our brokenness. Uh, we all have our reasons for trauma, for wrongdoing, right? And if I have a story that has made me a broken person, and if I had the kind of story that would really just make most people cry, why would I then, when I'm not telling my story or when people don't know it, be mean to other people? How does that work out? If you were to ask me clinically, I would tell you it's because you really haven't dealt with your trauma and you're making other people pay because you want other people to hurt. And I've said this very same thing about many people in this community, and I don't need to name them. Anybody who you know has been very just mean for mean's sake, like they're never satisfied, always bitching at somebody, and it's just there's just always something wrong, and they're always complaining. You know who they are. And I'm having a real hard time because I'm listening to somebody in a members group today or last night. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to say whose story it was. And I'm bawling my eyes out listening to this story. And it's not about what happened in the story. It's about the way I'm listening to this person talk about her story. I'm listening to this person tell her story. And it's really it was a beautiful experience. Except for the person that's telling the story has dehumanized me, doesn't have any respect for me, used to kick it with me in side chat until last year. And then ZX somehow, when you get on panel and your camera turns on before you turn it off, or sometimes it does that. Well, mine did that. And so because mine did that, and because I'm the complexion of the avatar that you see here, because mine did that, ZX started this narrative that I was catfishing people and I'm not really black. And I said, well, I'm mixed and I've always been mixed. And I shared the pictures of the black people that raised me, my grandma, my father, and all that stuff. I just shared my history. No big deal. No, you're a white man, because I'm trans too. People don't know that. You're a white man and blah, blah, blah. And so this particular person, along with ZX and a couple of other people, this particular person, so before this had always we always chopped it up on the side chat. We were always fun and laughing together. Before that, we were cool. But after this, nope, you're a catfish and you're a white person and blah, blah, blah. And just cut me off. And I'm like, all right, well, not everybody's going to like me, whatever. I thought maybe this person just didn't like white people in our sector. But then I found out, well, actually, she's got a white mod, and she's actually very friendly with a couple of white people. So what the fuck is her issue with me? I've never done a fucking thing to this person. I've never done a thing to this person. Not one fucking thing have I ever done to this person for her to not like me. She just doesn't like me. And that's okay. People don't have to like me. There are people who I just don't like, and I don't know why. I can't tell you. I just don't know why. But I don't walk around social media wanting other people to hurt like I hurt. I don't think that I'm entitled to other people's pain or to have an opinion about other people's opinions or to talk about how other people are wrong because they don't move the way I think that they move. I don't dehumanize people like that, here or in real life. I just don't do it. And if you're going to ask me, I see somebody that's doing this, I'm going to tell you that they are making other people pay for her pain. She wants people to hurt like she hurts. And I don't know if that's true. I can't analyze her over the internet, but I just see what I see. And if she dehumanizes me, why do I have to humanize her? Why do I have to have respect for her? Why do I have to understand her plight and understand her brokenness and her continuous search that's never going to stop until the day she passes away for her wanting and her longing? And not one time has she ever asked me if I've ever felt like that. if I've ever experienced anything like that. Why hasn't she asked me that? Because she doesn't give a fuck about it. But I'm supposed to give a fuck about what she's going through? I'm having a really hard time with it right now because I am always going to humanize people. I'm always going to understand the broken person. I do it. It pisses people off all the fucking time. Even ZX, I humanize him on the time and he pisses me off all the time. Says his ignorant shit. And I still see it. You know, it's really not a cool thing that I do this because I'm not able to be angry or to like punish the people the way that they should be punished because I automatically see understanding. I see hurt. When someone does something wrong, I see the hurt. I see the torn little kid or the broken person. I don't see an adult causing a crime or whatever. And it's not a good thing because I can't punish the way that would make that's better for them or better for society. You know, thank God I'm not a judge or anything. So, you know, I feel some kind of way. And I don't even know if I should say anything. Should I say anything about this in this chat about where this happened? Should I say anything about how I feel to this person? Should I say anything at all? I'm saying it here, but you guys don't know who I'm talking about unless you were there. So I feel some kind of way about it and I can't get it out of my head. I've been thinking about it since it happened. And I'm pissed off that I feel this way. But I also was never given the respect to be treated like a human being. What do you guys think? I'm not going to stick around, but let me know. Angel, I don't know really what you're on about, but I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm sorry. I'm sure that you're here to like make a friend, and that's cool. Why don't you leave a message under this video and I'll try to get to know you, and then maybe the next time I go live you and I can talk, but I'm not really on that kind of time right now, okay? Y'all have a good night.